Okay. For those of you that may or may not know, of course, when anything goes viral, that's when everybody wants to start paying attention, right? And I guess for me, that's the biggest issue that I have with most of the people who are fake outrage. Because let's be clear, it's fake outrage. It's very fake. You're only outraged because you saw something on the news or the TV. But for people that live in Chicago, your outrage is fake. Your outrage is not real. It's very fake. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. It's fake because myself, as well as others, let's say about 30 people, have been down at City Hall since the end of 2022. Okay? Since the end of 2022 at City Hall, in City Hall, at the City Hall Council meetings. Let's be clear. So if you didn't know anything that was going on until now, until you see ICE here, until you see a Black building get raided on the south side of Chicago and South Shore, that's not on me that you clueless. That's not on me that you don't know and understand what's really going on in your own city. Now that the media, now that everybody else wants to bring light to it, now that the Democratic Party that actually did all of this now want to play victim, let's be clear. Now, and I'm not about to keep allowing that to happen. So instead of me, because I've really just been trolling y'all these last couple of days, I just really been responding to y'all, being ignorant, cursing some of you out. I'm doing that on purpose. I don't care what none of you people on this internet think, because again, majority of you come with this fake outrage. You come from a video, you come from content, and you really don't know what's been going on in this city. And if you live in the city of Chicago and you are on here talking about we should be agreeing and we should be supporting the mayor, you clueless as hell too. You don't know what's going on either. Because the fact that you have a government, you have a mayor and a governor that are on TV that are protesting, that, and let me add the Black pastors. Let me not leave them out. Let's add that. Because this is another reason why so many of you who are Black, why y'all lack, why you have nothing. Because you listening to fake pastors and leaders that's getting paid off. You listening to government officials who do not care about you, who've been playing in your face from day one. So let's be clear. Let's run it back. Why y'all so enraged about a couple of grandmamas on TV saying that they was detained, not arrested, detained from a raid, okay? Where were y'all at when these people that was downtown with us? Because it was residents in the building. And for the people that keep saying, oh, yeah, that building used to be Black, that let me know you're not living here. That let me know you don't know what's going on, because a lot done changed in the last 4 to 5 years since they done brought all of these illegals over into the country. Let's be clear. So yes, that building in South Shore used to be Black. It's no longer Black. It ain't been Black in a long time because it was actually taken over by illegal gang members. And the people, the residents who y'all so concerned about were downtown with me at City Hall, asking your mayor and your alderman to do something. The people in that building were calling for over a year, almost 2 years, calling, begging, making 411 calls, 911 calls, pull the records. So while you on here talking and running your mouth, half of y'all don't know nothing that's going on. And anybody that's living in Chicago, if you outraged, then go do something about it. Go to City Hall. You wasn't down there with me. So don't get on here and tell me what to do, what I'm not doing. Where the hell were you at for the last 3 years when we was down there? Nowhere. So please miss me with the fake ass outrage. Please miss me with it. Please miss me with that weak ass, we need to overcome and we should be kumbaya. Chicago is a very segregated city. Let's be clear. Let's speak the facts, because the problem is nobody want to be truthful. Nobody want to tell the truth. Nobody want to be honest. I'm not here to appease no motherfucking body. I'm going to keep it real. My name is Patrice L. Stewart, the realist tax and business strategist for a reason. I got that trademarked because I'm real, because I'm honest, because I'm genuine, and I'm not paid by nobody. For all you goofy motherfuckers on here talking about somebody a paid plant. No, I'm not. Ain't never been paid. That's the reason why I'm on here talking freely. That's the reason why I'm on here able to say what I want to say, because I'm not paid. But a lot of your pastors and politicians are paid. Check that. So go do some fact checking before you get to running your mouth on here about who I am. Because I got video, I got proof all up and down my TikTok page of me being at City Hall in 2022, in 2023, in 2024. While you weak ass motherfuckers on here talking shit from a fucking video from last week, where were you at? Where were you enraged about the people in that neighborhood being pushed out of their own crib? Where were you at when they was making them 911 calls? So while you worried about a grandmama being detained for 3 hours, you wasn't worried about her being in a building that was being overran. You weren't worried about her being in a building that was unsafe. You weren't worried about her being in a building that was hazardous. You weren't worried about her being around gang members that was running the building. So where you was at then? Now all of a sudden you worried about one incident. That building been ran over, been taken down. People in the neighborhood been asking for help. And y'all goofies on here talking about we should be standing up with the mayor. No, the hell we shouldn't, because your mayor gave all your reparations to these people. I don't got nothing against nobody from no other country. But what y'all not gonna do is come over here and play up in my face and think I'm supposed to be cool with it. No, y'all the goofies that allowed it. Y'all walking around with masks on, not paying attention. That ain't on me that you don't know what's going on in your own city. So like I said, miss me with the fake outrage. Go write them paragraphs and all that shit you doing on my videos. Go take it to Brandon. But you're not, because you're weak, because that's all you do is run your mouth online. That's what America as a whole has gotten used to, running y'all mouths online. And the white people that you see out there protesting, they asses live up north. Let's be clear. They don't live in fucking South Shore. They don't live on the south side. They don't live on the west side. The north side, downtown, up to Skokie is a whole nother world, baby. Chicago is very segregated. North, south, east, west. And let's not act like the Hispanics been with us all along. Let's be cool. Miss me with that. Black and brown. It's only cool for black and brown, like I said, when it benefit brown. We down there at City Hall, you got aldermen, Hispanic aldermen talking in Spanish. Now, let me tell you something. If you have people speaking in another language, you're supposed to have an interpreter. You're supposed to have a board up. You're supposed to have, what is it called? I'm going to just say an interpreter. You're supposed to have a board up translating whatever they're saying into English. We were down at City Hall while Hispanics were talking in Spanish for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, holding speeches, and we didn't know what the hell was being said. We didn't know what was going on. We sitting there looking around at each other like, do you see this? Do you see this? Do they see you? Do they see me? Do they see you? So don't get on here with that fake outrage narrative, because y'all can miss me with it. And you're not going to get on here and tell me, oh, now we need to be kumbaya. Let's be clear. I have Hispanic friends. I have Mexican friends, all that. But we all know and understand what the reality is in Chicago. Yeah, it may be a few sprinkle of people that's with you. But as a whole, on a regular basis, don't nobody stand with blacks. Don't nobody stand with blacks across none of this nation. So y'all not about to get on here and tell me now you want us to be outside rallying against ICE. I'm not about to do none of that. You are born on this land. You are an American citizen. If you goofy enough to think somebody about to come get you, then that's your goofy ass. I am a civil rights grandkid. I know my bloodline. I know we've been here for 400 plus years, if not longer. That's the narrative that they allow y'all, the slave time frame. You do know the world and the earth is hundreds of thousands of years old, but all they want to talk about is your last 400 years of slavery. Miss me with that shit. And again, you outraged about whatever Trump doing to take stuff. Be outraged in real life. Because let's be clear, this is not Trump's fault. Chicago has been ran by a Democratic Party, a Democratic system for the last 60 years. 6-0. Add it up. We have 20 black aldermen down at City Hall. Only one was standing up. Alderman Anthony Beal. Alderman Raymond Lopez. Them was the only two aldermen that was standing up and speaking up about what was being done here, about the money that we have been spending here. Your Brandon Johnson tried to raise taxes $300 million. Guess who made sure that your taxes wasn't raised, Chicago? Thanks, Chicago Flip Red. Why you hate them women, why you may not agree with them women, thank they asses, because they was the ones that was down there standing on business from day one. They was the ones that was down there every single day for the last 3 years. Not you. So miss me with that fake outrage. You don't have a $300 million tax increase because Chicago Flip Red made sure you did not have a $300 million tax increase. I organized them. I am a tax and business strategist. I said from day one, I'm independent. But did I organize them? Yes, I did. Did I make sure that they got them red shirts and that they was coming down there organized? Because we was going up against a system that was shutting our voices out. We were down there individually. We individually met down there because we all had the same problem. We have illegal gang members in our neighborhoods and communities that have been tearing up shit. So we went to City Hall. And then when we started meeting each other and talking to each other about what's going on in Danielle neighborhood, what's going on in Zoe neighborhood, what's going on in Tyrone neighborhood, what's going on in my neighborhood, along with 30 other people, we all got together. And I started having meetings at my office. And I've been asking Chicago for 2.5 years to come down to my office and meet. I've had town hall meetings. Go do your research on my TikTok page. Go do your research on my YouTube channel before you get to running your mouth and talking anything to me on this damn Zuckerberg internet that y'all on. With y'all fake weak asses. With your YNs on here talking about what they gonna do. Let's be clear. Most of these YNs have allowed these gang members to come over here and take over buildings. It's only a few that have stood up. The building on 63rd and Halsted was finna get taken over, but the YNs over there made sure it didn't go down. So let's be clear. Let's be clear. I'm not no politician because I'm not goofy. I'm not no damn paid for politician actor, none of that shit, because I'm Patrice L. Stewart, been independent. I know the system. All of y'all allowing red and blue to play you in your faces, but all y'all arguing over the same damn thing. Red and blue is the same bird. Your government is shut down because of this. But Chicago, let's be clear, you have been completely ran by blue for 60 years. And our neighborhoods and communities look worse. I grew up in South Shore my entire life. We had all type of businesses up and down 79th Street. We had all type of funding and money and flourishing black people living well. South Shore is the last black neighborhood that sits on the water. Go and let me know, do you know and understand about the quantum? If you've never heard of the quantum, then again, you one of these weak-ass weaklings that I'm talking about that don't know nothing. If you have never heard of the quantum, go look it up. Quantum. That will give you a little bit of insight as to what's going on over here. They want our land over here. We're the last community that's on water. And they know most of y'all not standing on shit. They know you over here running your mouth online. They know you not down at City Hall where I was at. And that's why I say every time somebody get on here and I've been trolling y'all asses, I've been asking you, meet me at City Hall. I won't be there. The next City Hall meeting will be October 16th at 10 a.m. Take your weak ass down there since you mad so much. Since you're so fucking mad about seeing a black grandma being taken out on a raid, those people in that building asked ICE to be here. They asked Trump to come take them out. Since your ignorant ass governor and mayor won't do nothing about it. While they standing up for some fucking illegals that ain't vote for them. Y'all look goofy as hell on here talking about some damn. We need to be going in with Brandon. We need to be kumbaya. Kumbaya my ass. Commercial Latin kings used to beat up black boys every single day if they crossed commercial. Don't get on here now trying to act like we all been kumbaya. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. The truth is Chicago is very segregated. We have always been segregated. So now you're going to get on here and ask black people to come stand with Hispanics? No, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Because a couple of sprinkle of you all is not the majority. A lot of you all, and I'm not saying all, but a lot of Hispanics are disrespectful to black people here in this city. So you wondering why black people not standing down there? Why they not going out there? Because we know the fucking truth. We're not on here lying for no fucking TV. We're not on here lying and playing games. We know what it is. We know how our neighborhoods look. And we know that when we was downtown at City Hall, it was the Hispanics and the black and the older men that turned on us, that put the seats up. If you ever been to City Hall, which I know most of you haven't, there are two different elevators. There's an elevator that goes from 1 to 4, and there's an elevator that goes from 4 to 7. We were down there at 7 a.m., standing in line, peacefully. Signed up. At City Hall, you get to speak for 3 minutes, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. You have to come early to sign up for who could speak. We was down there at 7 a.m. The meeting didn't start till 9 a.m. We was down there at 7 a.m. They had a rally across the street with a bunch of Mexicans and Hispanics, and they had on shirts. They had on these Bring Home Chicago. That's what it was. Video was on my TikTok page. Patrice L. Stewart. I'm Patrice L. Stewart on every platform. YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you're following the right one because it's a lot of fake pages of me. Whichever one has the largest following, that's more than likely my page. So before you ever get on this Zuckerberg internet, like I said, because it's y'all that's on Instagram and Facebook with y'all weak-minded ass, with y'all the ones that's talking, that don't know shit. YouTube and TikTok do. That audience of people is a more smarter people. The people on YouTube and the people on Instagram and Facebook, y'all on Zuckerberg internet. Y'all love to let media get y'all riled up and don't know shit. Go do some fact checking before you ever come and talk to me. Ever. Speak on me and who the fuck I am. Go learn who I am. Go do some research. Weak asses. Don't write me no paragraph. Write that shit to Brandon if you so upset. Because Brandon gave him over $2 billion. Brandon did that. Y'all need to stop voting for people because they look like you. And he's standing up on TV showing you who he is. And y'all still on this internet, weak as hell. Talk about we need to stand with him. Get y'all weak asses up off of here. Weak. You have black people and you had niggas. Some of y'all is some niggas. Because I'm a black person. I'm a freedman woman. Sexy Sulan. Mona Leo know what she's talking about. I'm so glad to see that young woman in this day and age speaking what she's speaking. All the non-blacks to the back, like she said. Y'all don't know what's going on around here. You don't even know your history. You don't even know who you are. Because if you did, you damn sure wouldn't be talking about we should be kumbaya with a mayor who playing in your damn face. With a governor who is playing in your face. You mad that ICE is here? Let me tell you something. Let me take a sip of my tea. Hold on. I got a cup of tea right here. Herbal tea. Herbal tea. Let me take a sip of my tea real quick. Y'all want to sip some tea, talk some tea all the time. Here you go. People always talking about I'm mad. I might come off mad. But people who know me for real know I'm very passionate. Very passionate about my community. Very passionate about my people. I'm book smart, street smart for a reason. I ain't gullible like some of y'all. And y'all be wanting to get on this internet talking about you got degrees. Bitch, that degree means nothing when you don't know shit about the streets. When you don't know shit about the hood. That's the difference. Born and raised in Terrytown. Born and raised in South Shore. Also educated. Have my college degree as well. Why you always want to talk about these whack-ass, weak-ass degrees? You don't even know yourself. With all this damn fake Maybelline on your face and these lace-front wigs, that's not African. That's not of African descent. Take that wig off and show your natural hair. Then come holler at me. Take that damn wig off of some of y'all heads because y'all don't even know who you are, black woman. Talking all that shit. Your precious Kamala did this. Why you know so much? Your precious Biden and Kamala did this shit. Our communities and our neighborhoods look the way they look because they opened up the borders, because they're not telling y'all the truth. They shut them people countries down. Why you think they allowing them over here to get so much money? Now, let's speak some facts while I was down there. Let's talk about it, since you know so much. The fact of the matter is we was down there at City Hall and they was passing money left and right. The fact of the matter is they was paying up to $8,000 a month. $8,000 a month to house migrants. Now, do we have asylum seekers here? Do we have real immigrants here that have come from other communities and are productive members of society? Yes, we do. But do we have a bunch of countries, 5 to 7 different countries, who prisons opened up the gates? And that's the video that I posted yesterday with Alderman Anthony Beal stating that. Talking about the amount of money that we were spending. And this was back in 2023, that video that I posted. We were spending $31 million a month in 2023 for 13,000 asylum seekers. We have over 60,000 here. So how much you think we spending now? Favorite staffing that staff these shelters, okay? And some of your pastors that's on there staffing these shelters got millions of dollars too. And that's why they up there standing next to Brandon. But have any pastors in Chicago marched and held a press conference for you? Have they ever talked about the gun violence that's happened here in Chicago? Have you ever seen any of them marching for you? Have you ever seen any of them going this hard for you in your communities? So again, miss me with the kumbaya. I'm a truth speaker. I'm not paid by nobody. Let's get that clear. I'm also a tax and business strategist. I organized Chicago Flip Red. I got them organized. We needed some roundup up in here. We needed Blue to understand you're not finna keep playing in our fucking face while we've been coming down here for 2 years trying to be nice and talk to y'all. And then y'all gonna keep bringing people up in here. Y'all gonna keep filling up the seats like we not on nothing. Like we not standing here. Like we're not peacefully. We did it peacefully. We tried to talk peacefully to your alderman and your mayor. Let's be clear. We tried to talk peacefully. Oh, but now when you hear me like this, oh, now I'm mad and you're angry. Hell yeah, because I've been down there for 3 years and it's October 2025 and y'all slow asses just now waking up. Like I said, go fact check me. Go run it up on that. Talking about your whack ass degrees. Where was your degrees at when Brandon was passing all this damn money? And this is why I don't like Chicago no more. This is why I'm getting the fuck up out this city. Because y'all are weak-minded. You think because you done came up north, got you a little job, think you doing something, you got a little Benz, little Mercedes, whatever. Some of y'all black people think y'all white. You think because you got a label on. You think because you paid for Coach and Louis, goofy, you just paid more into their trust funds. That's all you're doing. You just paid more into their trust funds walking around like your labels mean something, like your designer means something. Meanwhile, y'all ain't got a fucking pot to piss in. Half of you chicks that's on Section 8 and Link think y'all doing something because you got on designer. When they over here paying these people more than they pay you, how much you get for your little 2-bedroom apartment, Miss Section 8? Miss Section 8, how much they pay for your 2-bedroom apartment? What, $2,000? Meanwhile, they done gave illegals, migrants, up to 8 bands a month. So these landlords has definitely been putting people up in the building because half of them don't live here. Half of y'all been living in the Carter. Anybody that's been living in the Carter, post your facts on here. If you've been living in a building that's 16 units, 32 units, tell these folks what you've been dealing with these illegal gang members coming up in here from Venezuela, Nicaragua. It's not only Haiti, it's Haiti, Nicaragua, baby. It's all of the, wherever they at. I don't give a damn. They're not born on U.S. land. How about that? But you want black people who've been here begging and asking for reparations to get out here and stand with somebody who they done basically paid off your reparations to right in your face. The amount of money every Democratic city has spent on bringing and housing these asylum seekers, these migrants, that includes some of these gangbangers. Because let's be clear, it's so many now, they don't know who's who. The borders have been open so long, they can't tell you who's who. They can't tell you who's who. So they get mad when I get on here and say, we have gang members here. If you are a productive member of society, immigrant, clearly I'm not talking about you. If you are a true asylum seeker, clearly I'm not talking about you. But some of y'all don't know how to fucking comprehend because you slow as hell. But what I'm not about to do is get on this internet and not tell the truth. And the truth is, we have gang members, murderers here. Of course, they're going to end my live on Instagram. And that's the reason why I love YouTube. Because they don't like Zuckerberg, this internet. They love to close your mouth when you're telling the truth. They love to close your mouth when you're telling the truth. They be mad. And the fact that people have got the nerve to get on here, black people can't be racist. Let's be clear. In order for you to be racist, you have to control something. We are controlled by white society. White men run the whole country, your government. And half of the black people that y'all see up there arguing and talking for you, they got bought and paid for too, in a whole nother other way. So while y'all be so ass kissing and happy to see old girl talking from Texas, what's her name? The black congresswoman, because she never addressed Danielle when Danielle went down there and had to go up against the city and say what was really happening in Chicago. Remember when they had those hearings? I can't think of her name right now. I just went completely blank in my mind. Maybe because she a non-fucking factor. Maybe that's why. Y'all be so excited for speeches. Y'all was around here sharing and posting Reverend Moss on TV downtown. Y'all was around here sharing and shouting, oh yeah, go Chicago. Y'all black Chicago look goofy as heck. Everybody is in the city. Everybody else looking like, what is wrong with y'all? Are y'all okay? Everybody else around the nation is like, are y'all okay? Is you, what the young kids say, is you cool? Is you cool? Is you cool? Because clearly you ain't. Got the nerve to be on here telling me that Harriet would have popped me. No, baby, Harriet would not have popped me. Matter of fact, Harriet came to me in a dream just like my grandmother. Came to me in a dream on Monday night after I posted that video. I'm real ancestors around here. That's the difference. Y'all ain't. I know who I am. I don't got to put on no fake Maybelline. I don't have to put on no 20 different lace fronts to make me feel like I'm somebody. I know who I am. Patrice L. Stewart. My grandmother was the first African-American teacher to fight for equal pay in this country. Viola Louise Duval Stewart. That's who raised me. That's actually who I look like. Crockett, exactly. They be so excited about Crockett on here. Baby back. Go look up AOC. What is it? AOC, AIC? Whoever y'all in politics, y'all know what I'm talking about. Go look up who paid for them. Same way, go look up at who paid for Brandon. Go look up at who funds all of your black aldermen. Go look it up. Since you know so much, go look it up. Go look it up and see who funded and donated to their campaigns, because I've been doing all that research. I got all the receipts. Ben did the research while I was down there at City Hall since 2022. Since 2022. It's 111. Ashe, Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. Every time I get on, every time I speak, the angel numbers come up. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know who I am. I know who leads me and guides me and directs me when to get on. 111. Ashe, Ashe. Learn thyself. Learn thyself. Ain't nothing wrong with this crystal I'm wearing on my neck. Ain't nothing devilish. Ain't nothing evil about this. Ain't nothing devil worshiping about this. You don't know your fucking self. Learn thyself while you listening to pastors up in the fucking pulpit. Learn thyself. Go touch some grass. Go talk to some trees. Go let the sun beam down on your black face, because you clearly don't know who you are. Clearly. Clearly. Your city is overran because you have allowed it to be overran, because you've been silent until now. And that's what's wrong with the freed men and women. Black is not a race. Black is a fucking crayon color. Let's be clear. When you learn yourself and you know that you're a sexy Sulan, that you're a freed man and woman, you're descendants of the freedmen people. When you start speaking properly, then you'll probably get something done when you become united and you know thyself. And stop looking for somebody else who don't look like you to tell you who you are. Can't nobody who don't look like me tell me who I am. And yes, we're all mixed. I'm as yellow as I am because my grandmother's grandmother was white. So yeah, our bloodline is not going to be 100% black. You're going to see a whole lot of different races and nationalities up in there. Instagram is acting up. They some haters. Sorry. There's some haters. I'm going to get off of here. I'm also free. And when I say free, I'm free from a system. I no longer work for corporate America. I've been self-employed these last 12 years. I started my company in 2008. So when you're free completely from the system, from the beliefs, from the matrix, from the red and the blue pill, because anybody that watched the Matrix, it wasn't about no red and blue pill. The real red and blue pill is Democrat and Republican. These is the pills. Y'all on this internet arguing with each other, looking goofy, fighting like this. Meanwhile, both parties have been paid. Both parties have been taking money. Both parties have done what they're going to do over the last 100 years, and y'all still on the internet arguing with each other, looking goofy. Meanwhile, your Congress and Senate is still being paid on both sides while the government is shut down right now. While the American people have to deal with what both parties have done, the American people on here arguing, looking goofy. This y'all. Goof troop. Goof troop. Get off of the political party train and learn thyself. White people, you as well, because your grandparents lied and didn't tell you the truth and didn't tell you that they was unaliving our people, eating our people, burning, rape, all that. So y'all want to walk around here like y'all done built this country. Now we built this country. The truth is coming out. The people are telling the truth. The truth is coming out. The truth is here to set you free. And until we can have these real, honest, grown-up conversations and the truth, and you be able to say, yes, we did do that. We're sorry. You all have never apologized, and we don't want your apology. We want our reparations. The same reparations you done gave these people that just walked across the border. But instead, Black people, freedmen people, Sioux Line people, instead of you standing with the Democratic Party who did this to you, you have the nerve to be upset. You have the nerve to be upset because you have allowed them to outrage you. I asked majority of y'all, what has Trump done to you personally? None of y'all could say nothing. And then if you ask that question, oh, you're a Trump supporter. Yeah. No, I am free. I can comprehend. I can have a conversation with somebody who may not agree with me. I could talk to somebody who's a red person. I could talk to somebody who's a blue person, and I can hear them out and let them talk without getting in my fucking feelings and stopping them and calling them out their name. Y'all not on this internet doing nothing, trying to post that I went to inauguration. I did go to the inauguration with Chicago Flip Red. I was their business strategist. I'm not anymore. We separated last year. I strategized them. They got organized. They got on TV. They got a TikTok and a YouTube channel. That's what a business strategist does. I've always said from day one, I am independent. Go check any of the interviews. The oldest Black news, it started with a D. My mind is just, I don't know. I'm not even smoking no more. I ain't smoked in 35 days, so I don't know what's up with my mind. My mind is just not popping. The Defender came to my office and did an article on us. That lady sat in there with us for 3 hours and interviewed each one of us individually. Go read the Defender article. I state in the article, I'm independent. I've been saying I'm independent. But did I organize Chicago Flip Red? You damn sure I did. Damn sure I did. Because as I said, while we was down there being peaceful, while we was down there coming to talk, while we was down there trying to have our voices heard by our aldermen and our mayor, our voices were shut out. They started bringing people up the 4 to 7 elevator while we were downstairs being lawful. They said, stand here in line, sign up. We did everything they asked us to do. And then when we get upstairs, they try to push us to the 3rd floor. The 3rd floor looked like going to county and talking to somebody at county. The glass is so thick, you can't even see the room. It's like just looking at the wall through a county jail glass. Who y'all think y'all, who the fuck do y'all think we are? You're not finna keep playing in our face. We walked up out of there and we walked down to the 2nd floor and we busted through that sucker and we got in the room. You'll see those videos. They're all on my TikTok page, Patrice L. Stewart. Now it's about 90,000 followers on there. Every single page you follow me on is organic. I haven't paid, bought for no followers, none of that. Ran no ads a day in my life because I've been on this internet for over 10 years talking and speaking the truth. Over 10 years. Over 10 years, I've been trying to empower Black people, telling them to fix their credit, telling them to buy houses, telling them to do things. They don't want to listen. You only are reactive. You're not proactive. That's the difference. And I said that the other day. You're reactive. You're not proactive. That's the difference. When you're proactive, things change. When you're reactive, you just on the internet and your feelings running your fucking mouth about shit you don't know. That's the difference. I was proactive since 2022. Don't get on this internet talking to me. You're beneath me. You don't even have my level of confidence. You don't even know who you are. Don't address me. And beneath me mentally, because some of y'all slow asses gonna take that and run with it too. Mentally. I'm not mentally indoctrined by this country. I'm not mentally indoctrined by no blue party or red. I'm going to respect whatever either one of y'all want to do. But for me, I'm putting both of them down. I'm black. I'm independent. I'm book smart, street smart. I stand on my own. A lot of y'all need a team, need a people, need a group. I've been by myself for years. If you're an entrepreneur, you know what I'm talking about. We stand on our own. We don't need no group. I ain't no group think. That's why I left corporate America. You're not about to shut me up when I have an opinion, when I'm saying something. That's why corporate America treats y'all the way they treat y'all, because y'all silent. You don't know how to come together. You don't know how to be proactive. You're only reactive. Well, they're going to fire me. I did this. I did that. Every job in the U.S. is an at-will state. Let's be clear. At will. So your ass can go in tomorrow and get fired, baby. So miss me with the excuses of they're going to fire me. I have kids to feed. And I understand. And I don't understand. Let me say that. I don't have kids. I don't have kids. Never been pregnant a day in my life. I don't have kids. So I've been sympathetic. That's the word I'll use. I've been sympathetic to some of my clients that give me that excuse when I tell them they could do certain things in life. But that's their excuse. I have kids. I need this job. Okay. Do you? I have been independent for 12 years. I let the blue party go 12 years ago. I also let TV go. Love and hip hop. Anything negative that shows a negative light of freed men, Suline women, I don't watch that anymore. I let love and hip hop go like 6 years ago. Because again, I'm in financial services. Been in this industry for 23 years. Real men and women with money are not on here arguing on the TV. Let's be clear. Let me repeat that for you. Real men and women with wealth and money are not arguing on the internet and TV on no show, showing their ass, black women, arguing and fighting, being ignorant and catty. Real women don't do that. Real queens don't do that. That's the facade that they put on y'all on this TV because they know that you love it. That's why y'all so into Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. Y'all love drama and mess. And this is the reason why Chicago is in the rut that it is in right now. Because I've been talking. I've been saying this. Anybody that really know me in real life know ain't nothing new of what I'm on here saying today. Because they know me in real life. Not you internet keyboard woofers. Miss me with it. Big difference. Big difference. You say, since last year, I watched the video Go Red attend City Hall where the homeowners, a handful of blacks were fighting for lazy, don't give a damn black Chicagoans. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, virtual reality. A handful. We have a city of over 3 million people. And less than 30 of us was down there fighting for an entire group of people. Y'all can miss me on this internet. Thank you. Miss me on this internet. If you have never been to a city hall meeting, if you have never seen the amount of money that they have passed. Oh, that's what I was saying. I got off my train of thought. Wow. And this happened on several occasions, not just one, with them taking them up that 4 to 7 elevator to try to fill the seats up. So then when we get up there, so one, they come marching their little behinds in with their little bring Chicago home, and they done brought all these little grandmas out, these Hispanic and Mexican grandmas out, and I was trying to be respectful. I tried to maintain my composure. I did. But it is a video out here of me flipping the hell out. I'm talking about I flipped out down there. And I was screaming, we was here first. We was here first. Black people, bring your ass to the front of the line. We was here first because, again, we was down there at 7 a.m. peacefully, quietly. And you had older, senior Black men and women standing at the back seeing the droves of Hispanic women coming in with their signs, bring home Chicago. And they was just standing there. And it made me mad. And I had to literally go back there and pull some of our seniors from standing back there in the back watching quietly and not coming to the front with me. And this is how I know and understand how indoctrined we are in this nation. Our grandparents and our parents were scared to speak up because, yes, they were in a time where they could have been inched. We're going to say that because there's certain words on here you can't say, right? My grandmother, Viola Louise Duval, spoke up in a time in 1943. It's 2025. My grandmother spoke up in 1943. And when she told me that people will walk across the street from the same side of the street that she was walking on because they would whisper and say, that's the lady that's going against the Supreme Court. That's the lady that's going against the system. They were afraid to talk, to be seen talking to my grandmother while she was fighting for their rights. I'm dealing with the same thing in 2025. Y'all on this internet arguing with me while I was down there fighting for your rights. The fact that it was 1943 and my grandmother had to come to me in a dream on Monday to basically tell me, baby girl, you're not doing nothing wrong because I taught you to speak. I taught you to speak up. And that's why I've been coming on this internet the last 2 nights teaching and educating at 10 o'clock, teaching you the system, teaching you the truth, teaching you about trust and estate planning. That's what we in on this workshop. This board, I wrote this up on Monday on live. I got on here last night on live teaching. So don't ever come on here and talk to me about nothing when I'm teaching and educating people. And I'm not just doing Black people, all races and color, because American as a whole, you need to understand this system. The system ain't red and blue. Get up off of the fucking political train and learn the real system. Trust, credit, business, estate planning, life insurance. That's the real system. You wouldn't be arguing on here if y'all had some money, but y'all all are broke because you're living check to check. You're in a system that has put this system together and you arguing against each other. Now, let me get back to that because I want to finish that. These people that you're getting on here telling us we need to be standing with, your alderman and your mayor. And let me be clear. The only Hispanic alderman that has stood up is Raymond Lopez, whether you like him or not. The only Black alderman, freedman alderman, out of 20 aldermen, we have 20 freedmen and women aldermen. The only one who spoke up was Anthony Beale. You have 2 aldermen against 48 aldermen. They were always outvoted, outnumbered, outspoken, outtalked. Because the other 48 are on Brandon's payroll, are funded by CTU. Y'all that work for Chicago's Teachers Union, y'all are clueless as hell. Y'all don't even know who y'all work for. Y'all don't even know who y'all work for. Y'all don't even know the real system. You don't even know the people that run everything. So that's when you ask me, am I going to be in politics? Am I going to be the mess mayor? No, I'm not. Because the mayor ain't even the mayor. He is bought and paid for. You think this man looked like a deer with a head and the lights cut on. air meeting. He just now got a voice this year in 2025. Y'all see he a little tougher. He a little stronger. He come off a little more, you know. Go back and watch his videos from 22 through 23. He looked like a deer with in the headlights caught. Probably had somebody in his ear telling him what to say. The man didn't know what he was doing down there at City Hall. He looked like it. He did not look like a leader. He did not look like a mayor. Why you getting on here talking about who you should be assisting? No, learn the truth. We were down there peacefully. Week after week after week. Some days we were down there 3 and 4 days a week. I was missing money out of my business because I was down at City Hall. I was down at City Hall because my mother lived in the senior building on 63rd and Minerva, and they opened up that school that was a black school that they closed down with Rahm Emanuel, closed over 20 schools in Chicago. We have had field houses, schools closed, all type of stuff. Oh, but now all of a sudden, we're supposed to be standing strong because they have come and spent all this money on people who don't look like us from another country. $900 million to favor staffing, $150 million to the resurrection, whatever organization. $8,000 up to, let's be clear, up to $8,000 monthly payments to landlords that house them. You're wondering why they're in Black communities? Because they dropped them and put them in our communities. We in these individual neighborhoods are fighting up against these people by ourselves. We're not getting answers from the police. We're not getting answers from your alderman. We're not getting answers from your mayor. And he's standing in your face showing you. And you still on this internet talking about staying with somebody. You are clueless. Y'all got Stockholm syndrome. It's right in your face and you still talking about, oh, help them. Like y'all are, whew, Lord, y'all are y'all. Y'all are y'all. And this is it. Y'all have showed me this entire life of being in Chicago. This is why I'm leaving Chicago. I cannot wait to start my beautiful life in another city. And it's probably going to be a red state. It's probably going to be a red state. Let's be clear. It's going to be a red state. Services are better. Healthcare services are better. Educational services are better. Florida and Texas, y'all down there thriving. The Black people down there thriving. But thriving. Meanwhile, our nations, our cities, Illinois and Chicago, they see these people in your face and then they're still voting for them. $2 billion. Then they had the nerve to try to put a $300 million tax hike on us for real estate. Is you cool? Is you cool? We didn't see not $1 from that $2 billion. And you got the nerve to put a $300 million tax hike on us? Guess what? Another one is coming. Guess what? Another one is coming. And if Chicago flip red not down there, then it's going to happen. If the other people who not a part of Chicago flip red down there, it's not going to save you. Your taxes are going to go up. And when they do, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear no cries that my grandmama can't pay her house. She's finna lose her house. I'm sure she is. Maybe you should have got up and stood on business. Maybe you should have got off the internet keyboard typing and went downtown where it matters. Some of y'all need to plan to take off work October 16th at 10 a.m. and be at the next meeting because I sure the hell won't be there. Sure won't. I don't know why y'all think because I posted it that I'm going to be there. I'm not going to be there. Been down there 2.5 years. You go do it. You go step in. You go do some real work. Besides run your mouth on this internet. You go do it. You go save this city from getting a $300 million tax hike. You go do it since you know so much. Since you know so much, you go do it. You go do it. The fact that y'all think that one leader is supposed to run a whole nation, that's why you don't have a Martin Luther King. That's why you don't have a Malcolm X. That's why you don't have a Fred Hampton. All of them died for nothing. Because the fact that we in 2025 and I'm still on here got to talk like this, I got to bring up the fact that my grandmother stood on business in 1943 and it's 2025 and we still having these same raggedy ass conversations. I'm done with y'all. I'm done with y'all mindsets. I'm done with it. But I'm always going to stand up for my name because Stewart is my grandfather's name. Stewart is my grandmother's name. You will not take my name and say I'm no bought and paid for politician puppet. No, the fuck I'm not. I am a descendant, the granddaughter of two civil rights leaders. My grandfather, Nathaniel C. Stewart, was a Tuskegee airman, fought for this country. I know who I am. Can you say the same? Can you say the same? No, you can't. So miss me with it. I get on here and I go back and forth with y'all. I laugh at it now. Everybody that you see me commenting, talking, cussing out, baby, I'm laughing. I'm not mad. It's hilarious to me. Those of y'all writing think pieces on the internet, I'm laughing at you. It's hilarious to me because I know what it is. I know what it is. Y'all ain't got to say, Patrice, don't let these people get to you. No, I'm going to respond because you're not going to tank my name. Because the next thing going to happen, y'all going to get a letter from my lawyer of defamation. That's the next thing that's going to happen. I'm a business owner. Remember that. I got stuff trademarked and copyright. That means I'm smart with you degrees. Keep slandering my name out here and watch me take everything that you don't got. The little bit of money you do got. Watch me come forward, keep talking bad on my name and slandering my name. When you speak on me the right way. Say the full truth. Patrice not scared. Patrice independent. Patrice was raised by two civil rights leaders who taught her what it is. That's what you do. When you're going to speak on me correctly. Address me correctly. Fuck out of here. As I was saying, while we were down at City Hall, and while they were allowing them to come up on 4 through 7, and when we finally got in City Hall, you will see that there were several seats open. They even put yellow tape around a whole row of seats to try to keep us out. This is your mayor and alderman. And when you go down there, you will also see your mayor and aldermen are not predominantly Black anymore. It's mostly Hispanics down there now running things. So you want to know why your governor and your mayor and your aldermen and your pastors are there? Go to City Hall. Go see the money that has been passed. Go look up the previous votes and see how your aldermen and your ward voted. Why they get on here on TV and lie and say one thing, and then they go down there in downtown and vote a whole nother other way. Go do some fact checking. Go do some fact checking. Since you know so much. All in your feelings with your think pieces and your opinions, and you don't know nothing. And before I get off of here, I'm going to say this. Because I have receipts. And there's also another video that I have put out. Where is it? Tyrone Muhammad, actually, one of those days, I'm going to say that too, to him and his lady, him and his woman, got me in because he knows Greg Mitchell. And I got in the room with Tyrone Muhammad and got to stay in the room and sit in the room because, again, I left from the third floor. You weren't about to put me up and behind no prison glass. And I can't see and hear nothing. We ain't no goofies around here. A lot of the people sat up there, but most of the black people left. We knew what it was. So thank you, Tyrone Muhammad, for that day that you got me back into City Hall when they lied and cut the lights out. This is the stuff. We had a meeting. This was around the Sanctuary City, right? Because it's a young lady that was on Instagram running her mouth talking about she was an alderman assistant and none of this is Brandon's fault. Yes, it is. You're not about to sit here and tell me none of this is Brandon's fault because he's the mayor at the end of the day. Now, we tried to have a vote. And the aldermen, again, main two that was speaking out, they put us out. Alderman Carlos Ramirez with his racist behind. He told a black alderman, Emma Mitz, held her from coming into the chambers and told her if she go in the room and vote, that he gonna take away her zoning stuff. He was over zoning. He had to step down from zoning. Carlos Ramirez now is over Chicago Park District. He was Brandon's right-hand man down there being doing all the mess. He was the main one. Now, let me also say this because I said it again. Whenever you are in a government, city, county room and you have people speaking in another language, this is America. Our main language is the English language. The rest of y'all who from other countries and y'all speak y'all language, fine. But when y'all are in American rooms and courtrooms, y'all gotta speak English because that's what the fuck this that's what we know over here. Black people, y'all don't know no other language because you were born here, goofy. Why you talking about somebody coming for you? You don't have a descent. You don't have an accent. You're not from an island or another country. You were born here. So you talk English. That's your native language. So when they in these rooms, they're supposed to be speaking English. It was Hispanic Heritage Month, and that's fine. It could be Hispanic Heritage Month, but they're supposed to have an interpreter. They're supposed to have a screen up that is translating what they are saying in the room. They did not. They were speaking in Spanish for 10 to 15 minutes with no interpreter. That is illegal. They are not supposed to be doing that. And when we started saying something, they tried to raise hell. They tried to put us out. They tried to start cutting the lights off. Carlos Ramirez was down there acting like a dictator, playing games. And your black alderman and mayor allowed it. Sat right there silently. Only one who spoke up on it was Raymond Lopez and Anthony Beal, period. Them the only two men that I will ever stay up and speak up for because they was down there with us trying to stop the bleeding, as Beal would say. We were spending $31 million a month back in 2023. What you think we spending right now with 60 to 100 asylum seekers here now? That's your tax dollars while y'all so educated. Go and figure the dollars out while you so educated with your little degrees. But I guess you okay with that. I'm not. I'm not. Especially when they've been telling us freed men and women that they got to do studies on reparations and studies on this. But they done came over here. These people got 5,000 cash assistance. They driving brand new cars. They have work permits. I put that video on TikTok too. The real Mexicans and Hispanics that's been here 20 plus years, 100 years, y'all know what it is. That's why so many Latinos voted for Trump. While y'all on here trying to talk goofy about them. This they land too. They know what it is. And they've been here patiently waiting and working. And guess what? They put the front, they pushed them to the back of the line. I got a video on here. I posted it. And the girl said it in there. The Biden administration did not open it up for the immigrants that have already been here, that have been waiting. It's video. It's all over the news. It's all over YouTube. I made the video. I shortened it for you so you can comprehend and read and understand. So what you should be asking, why is your government going so hard for a group of people that they just brought over here in the last 3 to 4 years? Why do they want them to be set up so bad? Why do they want them to be self-sufficient? Because I also got on here and showed you the press release with Brandon and Pritzker asking the federal government to come and feed them and house them and clothe them and make them self-sufficient. That was the lingo in the letter. We want them to be self-sufficient. Free men and women. Y'all been asking for self-sufficiency for however many years. Let's just keep it in the last 20th century. You've been asking for self-sufficiency since the civil rights. You've been asking for your reparations since the civil rights. And right here in your face at City Hall, they gave your reparations to somebody else. They gave your reparations to somebody else. But you're not outraged about that. You're outraged about seeing a grandmama in a raid. That's what happens in a raid, whether it's a military Black Hawk over the building or not. Whether the SWAT team coming in, if you ever lived in Chicago and you are a Black person, whether you lived in the hood or not, if you ever been through a raid, it's SWAT, it's police. They coming in, they rounding everybody up. They gonna put you on the curb. You might get a handcuff. You may get a whatever, and they gonna sit you there until they figure out that you're not a part of the gang, that you're not a part of who they looking for, and then they're gonna release you. And that's what happened. And then y'all got on here and let these people, these CNN, whatever, these news stations tell y'all whatever, and now y'all all in the uproar. But you were not downtown when it happened. You were not downtown. You wasn't in the uproar when your grandmama and these grandmamas was being harassed that day. You wasn't in the uproar when they was over there asking and begging the mayor to come and help them in their building. That's a 150-unit building. It's basically the Carter. I shared the young man, Wade dot something head 25. He been putting videos out since February, since March, since April of what that building looked like and how the illegal gangs have taken over that building. And y'all still on this internet talking about, well, they zip tied and did kids in that video, and I debunked that too. The officer on TikTok sent me the video personally, messaged me personally and said, ma'am, I don't know why they using my son photo, but that's me and my son playing cops and robbers. I put that video on here too. Everything that y'all have claimed, I have debunked it with content and videos. And some of you are brainwashed and you still on here talking about, well, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I'm so over and done with you that I only focus on Black people who want to build, on white people who want to build, on Asian people who want to build, on Hispanic people who want to build. That's it. Because yes, we do live in a melting pot. We live in a nation of all races. But what we're not going to do is get on this internet and act like Black people, free men people, Sulan people ain't been talking and asking for stuff for 50 plus years. That's not what that's not what we're going to do. We're not going to do that. And you're not going to push our feelings aside. You're not going to push my experiences aside. If that's what happened to me, that's what happened to me. If it didn't happen to you, then great. But just because it didn't happen to you, don't make my experience no less than. So when I speak my truth and you get upset about it and want to call me racist, that's on you. That's on you that you can't handle the truth. That's on you that y'all grandparents lied to y'all. That's on you, white people, that your grandparents didn't tell y'all the truth on how they really treated our people. And now y'all want to walk around like y'all Gucci and gold. No. Y'all have what y'all have because my people built it. Y'all have what y'all have because y'all did redlining. Y'all made sure that our grandparents paid 20% on their houses. And that's why I be on here standing on y'all, telling y'all, don't sell your grandma's house. Because ain't no way that lady should have paid for her house 3 times. Because they didn't have no laws back then when they was redlining us. Before we even had the damn Ryan, they separated and segregated us in Chicago. We are the most segregated city in this nation. To this day. North, south, east, west, segregated. Ride out west and ride out south. Ride to the north suburbs and ride downtown and see the difference. It don't even look like the same city. Twin cities, 2 different cities. Do a lot of you Hispanics and Mexicans act funny towards us? Yes, a lot of you do. Yes, you do. That's the truth. Do you walk around here like you better than us, like you doing something? Yes, you do. That's the truth. Every single thing I said could be fact checked. Go figure it out. Don't ask me. Don't question me. Don't tell me to go speak to the mayor, because I've been trying to speak to the mayor. You do it. You get up off your asses and do something. That's why I said in that video, rise up. Because anybody who think that you was born here, born on this land, your grandmama was here, your great-grandmama was here, your great-great-great-great-grandmama was here, think that you about to get deported somewhere, you're slow. You're slow. And that's not on me. That's on you. That's your weak-ass mentality. That's your Willie Earl mentality. That's y'all bloodline that run through that. Talking about Harriet would have popped me. No, Harriet would have popped you in today's day and age if she see what's going on. She would have popped you, not me. My grandmother came to me on Monday in a dream. I was so upset with my father. I was so mad at my father for so many years. Because I begged him and asked him to let me see my grandmother. And my dad know my mouth. My dad knew that I was going to speak up about it. It took him almost until my grandmother was on her deathbed for me to finally go and see my grandmother in a nursing home. A civil rights leader, he let die alone cold in a nursing home. That bothered me. To see her legs in a pretzel in a nursing home. And my siblings were younger, so they don't understand. They grew up differently, so they was acting a little spoiled. And they was like, we had barely been there 20 minutes. And they was like, Dad, we ready to go. We ready to go. And I was like, y'all could go to the car. I need my time with her. Y'all could go to the car. So I sat there on that bed and I combed my grandmother's hair. She had long, beautiful, silky, silver hair because she was in her 80s, almost 89. And she didn't talk. She didn't move. She didn't say nothing that whole time they were in the room. But when it was just me and her, and I was standing there and I was laying on her and I was in the bed with her, I got in her hospital bed with her. And I hugged her and I told her, I said, I love you. I love you so much. I said, this is wrong how you were treated, and I'm sorry. I was a kid. I couldn't do nothing about it. I was so upset with my father. I was so upset. And I just kept telling her, I love you. I love you. Everything that you taught me, I love you. And she didn't say nothing. And as I was turning around to get my coat and put my coat on, I swear on my life, as I was turning around to get ready to leave, my grandmother was laying up in her bed and she was slowly raising her arm like this with her fist, with her black power fist. She was slowly raising her arm. She hadn't moved in 30 minutes. She hadn't said a word. I didn't know the lady was breathing. I had to check her to see if she was even breathing. But she knew I was there. She felt me. She knew I was there. I was consoling her. I was telling her, I love you. I love you. I'm going to keep your name alive. I'm going to make sure that everybody know your name and who you are. Because I was so upset with my father. Like, how do you let a civil rights leader die in a damn facility alone? And a week later, she died. A week later, she died. She was waiting on me because she knew that I would carry it. She knew that I was strong enough to carry it. She came to me on Monday and I had that vision in my mind of her raising her fist slowly, her weak body, slowly raising her fist. And as I ran over there to hug her and tell her she had her fist up the whole time, that was her message to me. That was her message to me. So y'all don't know who I am. You don't understand why I get on here and I talk like this and why I'm mad and I'm angry, because this is my grandmother talking through me right now. She did this in 1943 and we in 2025 having this same conversation. Y'all will not say shit to me. You don't know me. You don't know who I come from. It's disrespectful for you to get on here and talk to me the way you talk to me. You don't know who I am. You don't even know who you are. I used to think crime was for the vulnerable and the weak, and it ain't. It's not for the vulnerable and the weak. You cry and you shed your tears because you really look at your people and you see how far your people have not come. You see the excuses that your people give when they have given everybody else they 40 acres in a mule, but your weak asses is still sitting here talking about they're coming for us. No, they are not. They know that you will not rise up. That's what it is. And the day that we do, that is when shit will change. Period.